There's lots of money coming into this industry. There's lots of work. The trends for construction keep going up into the future years, coming ahead. The future looks bright. Please come, come into this industry. If you're young, especially, get an interest in something in this industry and figure out where you might fit best. And it'll be a great career for you.
Welcome to Breaking Ground, a construction innovation podcast. I'm your host, Dagen Davis, and with us today is Bryce Davis, the VP of Sales at Leeboy. Bryce, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Dagen.
So, as many people may not know, we've known each other for quite a long time. How long do you think we've known each other?
I would say at least 30 couple years.
30 couple years. So if you were to say 34 years, you'd be exactly right. This is actually my father. So anyone who's listening, just to kind of put that out there right off the bat, as you can probably put two and two together with the same last name. Um, so again, thanks for joining us. We wanted to start that on a little bit of a light note. Now we'll get to the really hard questions. We'll go ahead and we'll start out with a kind of a softball here. But Bryce, based off of your perspective, what's something that's happening in construction right now that just really excites you?
First of all, thanks for inviting me onto this podcast. I appreciate it. And if you don't mind, I'll call you son.
Okay.
But I think, I started out and I grew up on a farm, and I've probably been operating equipment and trucks since I was 10 years old. And, you know, equipment's just in my blood, and I love equipment, and I've been around it all my life. And I think what excites me the most is just seeing equipment, just being around equipment, seeing new equipment, uh, seeing how it's used, seeing how people operate it, um, smell of it, the passion of the equipment industry, all of it. I just love it. I love getting up and going to work and knowing that I can play on equipment any day I wanted to.
Awesome. So just the love of the game, love of the industry. And so
Amen.
where would you say that you're seeing the most progress just in general?
I would say our industry is getting tough on um, finding people that really want to work in this industry anymore. Um, Everybody's growing up, with computers and cell phones and wanting to do that type of work. And who wants to work in a factory and weld and around grease and oil and put things together and get all sweaty and it's not air conditioned. It's a tough job. It's a tough job in today's world. And hats off to the men and women. A lot of women in our industry these days as well. And hats off to all of them who work in this industry because it's not an easy job.
That's for sure. And even, even people in other parts of the industry, it is a very tough industry through and through with all the different positions. So that's definitely something good to point out. And hopefully, just a very small portion of this show can help to contribute to getting people excited about the industry and maybe even fill them in on the innovations that are happening throughout the industry. So for people that do not know what Leeboy does or who Leeboy is, would you mind introducing them to Leeboy?
Sure. Lee Boy has been around for 62, 63 years now. Um, it's asphalt paving, asphalt maintenance, asphalt construction type equipment. We make everything from pavers to tack tanks to brooms to graders, chip spreaders, spray patchers, distributor trucks, force feed loaders. I'm sure if you're new to this industry, you don't even know half the things I just mentioned. But if you saw it working with your DOT or your city or your local contractor, you would say, "Hey, I know what that is. I just didn't know the name of it." So we build that type of stuff. It's, I would say, big, heavy equipment that makes a lot of families and makes a lot of customers money. It's what puts the bread on their tables. Using our equipment to make money, and that's if you can come into this industry, manufacturing, and build something from new and know that it's going to go and help a family make money for years and put their kids through college or put the food on their table or just pay their medical bills, whatever. I mean that's pride. That's a lot of pride that you built something with your hands that's now making a company and making a family lots of money. So that's the joy I get. I hope other people see the passion, on the manufacturing side. It's not for everybody. I think Mike Rowe would probably say it's a tough job. If you know who Mike Rowe is,
Yep. He would definitely. So, yeah, I mean, that was a great segue into really my next question, which would be, why is the paving side of construction so essential to everyday life? And I'm not just talking about the contractors that are making money with it. I'm talking about the people that are using, what the end product of what you're selling on a daily basis.
great question. And most people would probably think well, let me just put it this way. The the driveway you have in front of your house, it could be concrete, it could be asphalt. But if it's asphalt, it was put down by a paver, by a machine that we make. Um, your daughter, if you took her to school today, what did you drive on? You drove on a road that's more than likely asphalt. And our machinery went through the build process to be able to put those roads down there for families to be able to drive on and get their kids to school safely. How about food for your grocery stores? The trucks going over the highways and the byways and trying to get food to the grocery stores so families can eat. That's the type of stuff that happens with asphalt equipment. We need and asphalt equipment. It's pretty much a 24/7 job now in the industry. You'll see night work in congested areas. So if you live in a large city or a highway that they can't stop the traffic during the day, they'll do the work at night. So while you're sleeping, they're putting down a new highway for you to drive on the next day. So I take a lot of pride in that. I think a lot of the products we build go into making the roads that people use and drive on, and they make the roads safe. Um, and you can see the job that your machine does right away when it does the work. It's just a good feeling to see, what comes through the machine is asphalt and how it lays down, and then you can drive on it right after.
Yep. There's some dirty, tough jobs involved in between, but at the end of the day, it's a very good uh, product or end product for everyday people.
Yeah, I got another one for you there, son. Coming out of this winter, freezing and thawing, we had a lot of snow, ice, rain. What do you think is happening to the roads this spring from all this bad weather winter we've had? Potholes.
Potholes and just breaking apart, and yeah,
Yep.
wear and
So if
tear.
your community, if your city, if your county, if your state has potholes, we actually make a machine that fixes potholes. And so that's the other type of thing. You can come to work for Leeboy and make a machine that fixes potholes for everybody.
Yep, and that can fix a lot of bad days too.
Amen.
Driving over a
Amen.
pothole and getting a flat tire. That's never fun. All right, so Dad, how long have you actually been in the industry?
This is my 27th year at Leeboy. And before that, I worked at an equipment dealership for 11 years that actually sold on the retail side to end users. So you add those two together, it's a long time. It's in
A
my
long
blood.
time. Okay. So it's fair to say that you've seen a lot, throughout the industry over the past years.
Good and bad, ups and downs. When the economy goes down, it's bad. When the economy is up, it's awesome. It's a fun job. It's a scary job. Um, it's night work, not being able to see versus doing it in the day where you can see everything. It's having a feel for the equipment versus having technology operate your equipment. So yes, it's like I said, the smell of diesel and the smell of asphalt makes me happy.
Awesome. So, one of the things that I want to ask you, with your experiences, what have you from, let's just say, from the time you started until now, what has been the most positive change in the industry?
Wow. Um, that's a good question. I mean, a lot of people would probably answer equipment, technology, AI, autonomous, but I always like to go back to people. Um, I think people evolve. Um, I think our industry has, when you get into the construction industry, sometimes you work in the construction industry longer than you would in any other industry. For example, we have a local company here, um, two paving operators that are in their mid to upper 70s and still operating pavers every day. Most people have retired 10, 12, 15 years ago. But in this industry, I think if you're healthy and it's in your blood and you just love it and you get up and do it because it's passion. And that's what I think. I just love the people that are in our industry. Even the people here who work at Leeboy. We're not a company. We're a family. We all rely on each other. We all know each other. We all help each other, and then we work together. So I'd have to say people.
So as far as, just to kind of circle back to, if someone is coming in and, interested, maybe a listener now is interested in, looking at a job position within the industry, is the industry, well known for training and giving the training that's needed to continue to develop the talent?
Great question. And first of all, I'm talking to you. If you're looking to come into this industry, yes, come in. We need people, especially we need young people. Again, we will train you. Most of the industry will train you, and most of the industry wants you to progress whatever you want to come in and do, whether it's excavation, concrete, asphalt, steel, manufacturing on the equipment dealership side, technicians. You want to be a service tech for a dealership, they're looking for people all the time. So, and you can make good money. So it's not like um, that's a bad job. It's a great career that you can make a lot of money with and continue to progress wherever you go and stay in this industry for a long time.
Great. And so where, as far as manufacturers, what are they doing better today that maybe they weren't as strong at 10 to 20 years ago? What has improved?
Yeah, that's another good question. I would say we have to learn how to do more with less. Um, so, like I said earlier in this conversation, less and less people want to get in and be part of a manufacturing company, be part of this career because it's tough. It's tough work. We joked about Mike Rowe, but this is a tough job. Um, we have three shifts here at Leeboy. We have a first shift, second shift, and a weekend shift. Like I said earlier, we'll train you. But when you can't find the people because, we have an Amazon warehouse down the road that's air conditioned inside and, they can go work there. They're probably going to pick air conditioning over our factory that's not air conditioned. So we understand that, as a younger generation. But if you want a career, this is a great place to come for a career. So some of the things we've had to do is, we've gotten robotic welders. Just take a welder for example. We have a tough time hiring welders in this area. If you get a robotic welder, uh, it can do the same thing over and over and over and over again. It doesn't make a mistake, and it does what it's supposed to do. So a robotic welder more than likely will take the place of two, maybe three welding people. Now they can't do everything, so we do need professional welders to weld our equipment as well. Another one is AI. Um, so we have a call center for our service for the dealerships, the equipment dealerships in the field. If they have issues with our machines or say they have a problem they can't figure out, they can call what we call our rapid response team. And every call into that rapid response team is recorded. We do notes. So we do notes on every call as well. Well, now we have AI. So say we have a problem with a pump. We can put whatever that problem is with the pump into the AI agent. It goes into all the records that we've had for every call recorded and every email we put in there. And it comes back with what seems to be the best answer because the customer with the problem wants this machine fixed and wants it up and running so he can get it back on the job site to make money. So what used to be a process to take time to go through figuring out what's wrong with the machine, now we can get it in minutes.
And you
Sometimes
you
if
have an
that
actual you have an actual person getting that answer and then relaying that to the customer, correct?
correct. So we have a rapid response team. It's like 10 people, and all they do is take calls all day long on any issues or all service issues and get back to the customers or the dealers with a resolution on how to fix their machine or how to get their machine up and running or whatever the issue might be. And this just makes it faster.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pass it off to a quick commercial from High Level Talent, and then we'll be heading right back.
Every job site comes with pressure. Deadlines stacking, crews moving, jobs depending on you. But behind the scenes, everything slows down. Quotes and bids, calls, service tickets, even admin work stacks up. With high-level talent, you can hire remote staff to fill the traditional office positions at half the cost. So your team can focus on what actually makes money. Scale your operation without scaling your overhead. High-level talent. Visit highleveltalent.com today to learn more.
Okay, and we're back to Breaking Ground. I'm your host, Dagen Davis, and we're here with our guest, Bryce Davis, my father. And so, Bryce, we know that you are managing a sales team throughout the country. That's got to be hard from time to time, being so remote and so distant from your actual team. What are some innovative ways that you guys have found to connect more often to, just really be more productive?
Great question. First of all, I want to say that was a great commercial for you just played. So good job on that commercial. I
Thank you.
loved it. Um, no, it's today in today's world, it's again. I'm going to go back to people. My team. I think I have the best team. Great people, good people, down to the core. Good family people. They work hard. They have a passion for this industry. So if you have all that, my job is easy. But what we do here at Leeboy is we do a lot of data collecting. So data is kind of king. So we have a what we call a sales dashboard that we share with our team in the field, and it'll tell them everything that's happening with every one of their dealers, from equipment sold to equipment on backlog to equipment in inventory, parts on order, parts shipped, heat maps and where the sales are, lost sales, market share, you name it. It'll tell one of our salespeople everything they want to know about any territory and any dealership. Um, we have a one team call that we do once every two weeks, just to get the team together, and we talk about things there.
Is
Um,
that a video call or a phone call? How does that work?
we have teams, so we do it on a Teams
Teams
call.
call. Okay.
So you can kind of see things, you can kind of share things, you can share your screens, you can show videos, you can whatever the team needs to see that day or share that day. It makes it easy. I guess thanks to COVID, not a lot of things thanks to COVID, but that was thanks to COVID. Was being able to get everybody more on Teams and getting comfortable with that, and that definitely helps us. Of course, texting seems to be more popular than phone calls these days, so our team texts a lot. We also have Teams chats, so there's a chat section in Teams that we can communicate with. We have two inside salespeople that handle everything that a dealership needs or that our territory managers need in the field, and they do a great job for us as well. So it's all the more data we can have, the more communication we have, the more focused we can be to get the results.
Okay, great. Are you guys utilizing AI at all as a team, or you just have the guys using that individually based on what they need?
So right now, our company has introduced AI to all of us, and we all have the ability to use AI. right now, there's some things that companies doing behind the scenes with AI, but as far as the sales team goes, RTMs, they're using it individually as needed.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I can see that that can be quite a nice tool, especially when they have those stats and the different metrics of how they're doing. They can kind of apply that within AI to kind of help them out on different aspects.
I agree.
So, what's what do you think is one small change that you could share that you've made within, let's just say, within the last year on the sales team that has ended up being a big gain for you guys or made a big difference?
Well, um, we're always looking for growth. I mean, that's any company. You want to grow your business. You want to increase sales, um, but you have to do it the right way. You have to be able to support it. So one of the things that we've done here is we've added some support to our sales team. In the past few years, we've added a governmental sales manager, a national account sales manager, and a regional sales manager. And what these three people do is just support our territory managers in the field and our dealers and our customer base to help grow the business and grow it more. And I can tell you, it's a big success. The one we've had the most success with so far is our national account has grown. We've been doing that now for a few years. We have about 2 years with our governmental, and he's almost doubled his business in our governmental side. And then regional account, we just started. So we're seeing growth with these people that we're adding, and so I'd say that's what we've done well, and we just need to continue to grow and support the dealers and our customers as we're doing it.
Awesome. So now we can circle around into a little bit of more of just talking about the industry and the opportunities within the industry, especially on the manufacturing side. So, for example, I know we've talked about the guys that would be in the warehouse working and building out the actual machines for you guys, and we talked about welders, and then we also talked about your call center. Are there other opportunities with Leeboy, for example, that exist that people outside the industry or even in would not even think about?
I got a great one for you. That you threw up a softball. I'm going to hit it. Okay. Um, Engineers. How many
Yep.
people go to college to be an engineer and think about getting into the construction equipment business? Um, they probably go there for another reason. So we're always looking for good engineers. We're always looking for engineers that have passion for equipment or have grown up around equipment or know equipment. So that I would say that's a good one. As become an engineer, go to school for an engineer, and get into the construction industry. The other one I would say on the contractor side would be operators. There's less and less qualified equipment operators out there these days. They have training schools for them. They have you can go to work for companies and they'll train you how to be an operator. So if you have a passion to run equipment, try to find a way to get into the industry that way. And then we talked about on the dealership side is service technicians. Every dealership I know is looking for service people. If you know how to wrench and you know how to fix stuff, go see your local equipment dealership. I'm sure they'll hire you on the spot.
Yep, and that's a really good point. A lot of those jobs that you have mentioned are actually really good positions that would be stable for a long time. There's a lot of fear right now with AI coming in and taking jobs. That would be certainly, or especially the ones that you mentioned, would be ones that would take quite a long time to start to replace.
Well, just what you said. If you become an engineer, you're never going to be without a job. No matter what industry, no matter what companies, they're going to need engineers, equipment operators. It's probably going to be a long time before autonomy or robots are running equipment for us. So equipment operator is going to be needed for a long time, and a service technician. I mean, I don't see future technology getting into that first. It's like I said, AI is going to do everything. AI is not going to be your plumber. They're not going to come to your house and fix your plumbing. There's certain things that AI can't do, and I agree with you 100%. I think this is a great industry to get into for a long career.
Yep, and I've had great experiences in the industry. I've worked in the industry quite a bit, and now still contributing back to the industry, and it's been great. What is what's the best advice that you could give someone considering getting into this industry?
Well, um, if you have let's just pick something. Say you want to get into the construction side and be a equipment operator. Go to a local excavation company that you might know. Go to a local excavation company and just say, "Can I follow an operator around for one day? Can I interview your operator and just talk to him?" Find out if that's what you really want to do. Find out if the work hours and the nights and the days and the long hours, lots of overtime. I mean, that might be right up your alley, what you're looking to do. But maybe interview the job before they interview you to make sure that job's going to fit you. As far as a service tech, go to a dealer, go to an equipment dealership and just say, "Can I just observe, what your service guys do for a day?" And maybe interview them while you're there. Talk to them about what they do, what they like, what they don't like. See if it's something for you. And as far as a manufacturer, come see us. Our doors are open. We're hiring. Most manufacturers are hiring. Just come and see what we're all about and see if there's something in here, because it's more than just the manufacturing plan here. We have a warehouse that we have to ship stuff from. We have a parts department. We have accounting. Um, we have engineers. We have a purchasing department. So it's not just the people that work in the factory building the things. It's all the support that goes with it. We have a transportation division that handles all the trucking of all the equipment from here. We have a marketing division that does the marketing of our shows and our products. So lots of different ways you can get into this industry.
That's great. And so if someone were interested, can they go to your website and look at the careers that are available?
Yep, our website is pretty simple. It's www.leeboy.com, and everything's on there.
Awesome. So if you're viewing today and you like what you hear and you want to check it out and see if there's any opportunities for you and Lee Boy, where is Lee Boy located?
Well, if you know where Charlotte, North Carolina is, most people do. We are about 45 minutes west and north of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, great. So there you have it. If you're looking for something, you can go to leeboy.com and check out the careers there that are available. Otherwise, you can look around the industry and see what is available in your area. And then what we'll do is we'll kind of shift gears just a little bit here, and I wanna understand kind of last month you were at Con Expo. And so I want to learn if there was anything within the show that just completely surprised you. And that can be an innovation, that can be really anything that comes to mind on this. I know it's a huge show. It keeps getting bigger every 3 years they do it. But what is your take on the show?
First of all, it's a great show. It's once every 3 years, like you said. It's all construction, it's all equipment, it's all trucks, but you're asking the wrong person. So when you work for a manufacturer for Con Expo, I can tell you where I was every day for 5 days in a row, and that was in my booth. We were talking to customers. That's a great question. You really want to ask that question to a customer
Yep.
because they probably walked the whole show and saw things that, hey, that was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome. Some customers that I talked to, and some of the things that they said was they couldn't believe how big it was, how large the show was. They couldn't even get around to the whole show because it was so big. Um, Better plan on walking 20,000 steps minimum a day if you're going to be at this show. And you're going to be waiting in long lines. But other than that, equipment was awesome. The weather was awesome. The show's great. It's if you have never been to Con Expo, I would suggest you take a vacation and go to the show because it's well worth it. It's something you need to see at least once in your life. I'm telling you.
Yep, and I was there as well, and I was walking all around, and it was crazy. I did not even go everywhere. I did not make it through. I was there for 2 full days, and I did not see the entire show. It was, pretty crazy. I even tried meeting up with a few people that may be listening right now on the show, and we were just unable to connect because we were on opposite sides of the show, and you either have to take a shuttle or walk for 30 minutes to get there, so it just didn't work out. Um, so Dad, anything else you want to add? I always give the end of the podcast, give you the platform to kind of put out there what you might be pushing right now with Leeboy, what might be new, what you want to get out there into the industry. Is there anything that you want to promote at the moment?
All I would say is there's lots of money coming into this industry. There's lots of work. The trends for construction keep going up into the future years, coming ahead. Um, the future looks bright for construction. So please come, come into this industry. If you're young, especially, get an interest in something in this industry and figure out where you might fit best. And it'll be a great career for you. Um, it's been a wonderful career for me. I loved every minute of it, and I'm still not done. So I enjoy it 100%, and I know you will too. I mean, if you have a passion for equipment, you will love being in this industry. So please join us. Feel free to reach out to me. I mean, just reach out through leeboy.com, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you.
And I'd like to add to that, even if you don't have the passion in equipment, or you don't know if you do, give it a try. I think it's worth jumping into the industry. I know I did something similar to that, gave it a chance, and kind of fell in love with the industry, and things went really well for me. So at the end of the day, give it a shot. At least give it a look.
I can tell you, this industry is filled with great people, good, hardworking people that dedicate their lives, their body, their energy to growing this country. And whether it's buildings, excavation, asphalt, concrete, steel, whatever, it's a tough job, but it's rewarding. And hey, I'm glad you had this conversation with me today, Dagen. I mean, I hope at least 100 people get interested in this industry and come into it, and we can find a way to make them happy and find a way to help their families and make some money.
Well, that's great. And so, yeah, thanks for joining us today. I really appreciate it. I know you're my dad, but this is a very great way to support me and even the industry. On top of that, it's bigger than just supporting this podcast and what I'm trying to do. It's more supporting the entire industry, and even a look, even if it's the slightest look at innovation, and even jumping into the industry as your career.
Well, I love you, son, and thank you for inviting me. I had a great time.
All right, thank you. And that's it for our episode of Breaking Ground. We'll see you next time.
Every job site comes with pressure. Deadline stacking, crews moving, jobs depending on you. But behind the scenes, everything slows down. Quotes and bids, calls, service tickets, even admin work stacks up. With high-level talent, you can hire remote staff to fill the traditional office positions at half the cost, so your team can focus on what actually makes money. Scale your operation without scaling your overhead. High-level talent. Visit highleveltalent.com today to learn more.